Welcome back, everybody, to the Hearthstone ESL Legendary Series in Katowice. We had amazing 2 matches, and I'm your host, Marcin Nimsh-Filipovic, joined by Janes Savic-Mikonen. How are you, man?
I'm great. I mean, the matches, we have only done 2 matches, and they have been really long and really exciting. We have 6 more to go. I'm
Yeah,
really, I can't wait.
6 more to go. We had what people call 2 upsets, Farbat eliminated and Faramir eliminated, Inderen advancing, and we had, wait a moment,
Nalguidan.
Nalguidan advancing. So what we know for now, Inderen and Nalguidan are going to Katowice. They are getting sponsored. They will fly to Poland and play for the prize pool of $30,000 at IEM Finals. It's like the big event in a big stadium. It's amazing. It's a fantastic experience. I've been there last year, and it was pretty good. So our players are playing a conquest format, which is a format where you bring free decks. There are no bans. The winning deck is eliminated. You have to win with free decks to advance and defeat your opponent. How do you enjoy the format so far?
Like I said before, it's actually like my initial thoughts about the format was that it's not that great, but the more I see it and more I play it, it's just I'm having only positive things to say about it. I think that it's really, I like the dynamic of it. Like we don't see the 3-0 sweeps with mages or face hunters, and it kind of keeps evolving in a way.
Does it also mean that there is like no one-trick pony players? So
Exactly.
like in the past, people could just practice Hunter and then bring Hunter and win with Hunter, let's say like 10-0. And here you have to really play with all the classes. So even if people say upsets, we do have those excellent players advancing. And now our next match will be Random versus RDU. You can see the decks here. The first, well, what can you tell me about RDU?
Well, he's one of a lot of things. He's been one of the most consistent players in competitive Hearthstone for a long time. I think his results late last year were not that amazing, but now he got a top 4 finish in the King Win tournament last weekend, and he's definitely a force to be reckoned with.
That's pretty good, and he is what we call a grinder. Like he was playing a lot of online events, he was grinding them, having good results. And Random is a player who is really similar to RDU, but he never won a big event. Like he never built up a name for himself. He's I'm not sure, probably a free-to-play player, from my knowledge. Like he's been around. Like he's been playing from the beta. He's playing in all those online cups, but like getting to top 8. But it's really hard to advance. Like this time, he actually advanced. He defeated the EU. Well, I think he was third in the EU qualifier for IM, so he qualified, and now he was going to face Radu. Grinder versus the grinder. What do you think about the decks, and how do they match?
They're playing almost the same, but I guess Random has maybe a tiny edge. It's really difficult to tell from here. Like these are the type of lineups that I personally would also bring. I think Druid and Rogue are really like all around solid and just like the go-to decks. And the third one, I'm guessing RDU is bringing Mage, and Random. Well, it could be a mid-range like we've seen before, but it could also be face hunter.
Yeah, it certainly can be any kind of hunter. So Random is my friend, and we talked about the decks before. Right now, I don't know which kind of hunter he actually brought, but he was favoring the mid-range, if I remember correctly.
So he should have a good matchup here against Druid.
All right. So we are seeing a mulligan right now. Druid being on both sides, so the player... We're going to see which player is that in a moment. But what do you think about this hand for the Druid?
RDU is the Druid player.
Because the hunter for Random.
Random had a hunter. We have some technical issues here. We can only, with a spectator client, so we only see one player's hand right now. Oh, wow.
Okay, so already a big advantage for RDU, having the Kazan Mystic against the hunter.
But he did miss a wild growth.
He did miss a wild growth. And he doesn't really have like a strong lineup as a Druid. So, because normally you would like to have the Piloted Shredder and Druid of the Claw, here he has the situational cards.
Yeah, that's true. Well, Harrison Jones with the Innervate can be absolutely amazing because he can play it before turn 5 if he needs to. and he gets on Mystic as soon as there's a trap, but he doesn't have that many empty board plays, so it's a problem for him.
Yeah, like you don't develop another conditional card that you can't really play.
So normally you would silence here,
But you don't have to. You can
but
kill
now
it.
he has to guess on, so killing it makes a lot more sense.
All right. RDU still doesn't know which hunter is random playing, and depending, RDU is also good at investigating people. But I'm not sure if he had connections to see what random is playing. Well, random could actually play anything here. So we're going to see the hand of random. Can you tell me more about this hand? What do you think about it?
He's saving the coin for the high main, that's for sure. Because playing a turn 5 high main, especially now that one keeper has already been played, is so powerful. With the double piloted shredder, those are like really nice to play on turn 3 and 4. But he had the animal companion, and since he can keep the coin for the high main, he definitely should.
This hand looks really amazing, actually. Like he will be able to develop the board, and he has the beefy guys. It's good for RDU that he had this Chasm Mystic, because if with no Chasm Mystic and this freezing trap, that would be devastating. That would be like game over.
Yeah, but on the other hand, he could have denied the trap there by playing the silence instead.
True.
If you random there and see the keeper kill the mad scientist instead of that, you can actually kind of guess that it's a guess on coming, because normally people always silence that, and it's just better to silence it than to kill it.
Well, the piloted shredder is definitely a good card here, and RDU, even though he didn't have that many cards, you can play. Can you play Hearthstone Jones here? Like you know that there is a bow somewhere, eagle horn bow, but
He has to play something.
double BGH, by the way. What do you think about this? And my plan
It's
of
interesting.
countering headlocks with double BGH decks.
He definitely has handlocks countered, but random is not gonna play any handlocks. But I mean, the value on Big Game Hunter is just so amazing, because the 4-2 body on it is actually quite strong, even if you don't get the battle cry off. It trades well with everything. It's a kind of weak. It can die easily, but still, if there's no easy answer to it, it might trade up easily.
Well, if you're ahead like RDU right now, that's a pretty good card. Also, he got a bit lucky with the hyena, so that he could kill it easily.
Yep.
And Pilot Shredder can create, a 4-3 or a 4-4, and then that would be troublesome. But here he was able to take over the board. So Hyman is getting dropped for random, turn 5. There's a perfect answer, kind of.
That's pretty good. Even if he didn't have that, he could have made some kind of trade for that, but it would have been a kind of high cost.
So RDU is putting a lot of pressure here on random, just going for face, getting that Sylvanas. Random not really having a way to deal much damage, so he'll have to try
Track
to...
for an silence, I guess.
Yeah, he needs to get rid of this board and get back. And again, like Druid, if Druid has the tempo advantage, at some point they just Savage Roar and win. We've seen that before with Indran versus Firebat.
That's true.
So being random, how do you win?
Hovering over the tracking, are we gonna see it? Okay.
Alright, so a bow, web spinner, Lotheb.
It's not exactly what he needed right now.
Yeah, like those cards are not giving him any edge this turn.
Okay.
So what can you really do?
I'm not exactly sure what he's going for here.
Alright, so he's going to kill Sylvanas.
Hope that the juggler won't be stolen.
Oh, he misses with the knives. And the juggler is stolen here. But that was a pretty interesting play. Maybe using Hunter's Mark was an option.
I don't know, it's kind of weird. I mean, just to try to like have a single juggle be enough on one of those. But there are only like 2 toughness minions, so it doesn't feel good.
If he would hit 1 minion 2 times, like let's say BGH 2 times, then that would be a good board.
Yep.
But then everything goes well for RDU this game. The juggles, the trades, the BGH is going to deal another 4 points of damage. Hearthstone Jones destroying the weapon. And random, even though he had a very good hand, right now he is behind.
Yeah, that's Sylvanas and Kezan Mystic, Harrison Jones. Those situational cards were really, like all of those situational cards were really good here. Even the Big Game Hunter, although it didn't find the target, it's actually been doing a lot of work, hitting for 4.
You know what this tells me? Like this game and the game we've seen versus Firebat, never undervalue the hand of the Druid. Like even if the Druid has the worst possible hand, we see Druid somehow coming back from those situations. Just playing very strong conditional cards when it matters, countering boards. Like Kazan Mystic, Sylvanas, Harrison Jones. Even like this BGH did some work.
Yep. So here he could put him down to 1, right?
With Sedger, that will be 4.
4 each with 9 plus 5. Okay, he could have put him down to 1. I guess he doesn't have the follow-up yet, so...
Well, it seems like it's over. But Sludge Belcher is a nice pickup here. So Sludge Belcher, is it... well, Double Savager is so good.
Let's see if he gets a beast for the Houndmaster. Ooh!
Well, yeah.
I don't know about that.
That's awkward.
He kinda is. I mean, I guess it's fine. I mean, if he makes it to his next turn and that blows up.
That stops Druid for 2 turns. And Druid has to trade. There is no silence here. Nothing to deal with this Doomsayer. And no lethal, right? If you Savager, what happens?
Oh, that was actually so good. I think you roar here. You run the shade into the Belcher. Use your face on the slime and hit face for 6 with the Shredder. And when the Doomsayer goes off, you're still gonna have some kind of minion from that.
What about Hero Power Pass? And I get the minion from Shredder. Like just Hero Power Pass.
No. You want the 6 to face.
Yeah, this is the face. Okay.
I think it's worth it. And it also lets him clear the Belcher, because otherwise there's gonna be a slime.
True. I will not argue with a 6 to face. As opposed to no 6 to face.
And like he's still at full health, and eventually he will throw a swipe, and he knows that the Hunter has no heals.
Well, this is not a burst hunter as well, so...
Yeah, he's so safe right now. I don't think there's any way for random to come back to.
Also, Druid has so many cards to win. Swipe, Druid of the Claw. Like even if the board is cleared, right? Like there's like if you have no minions, you do have a lot of outs to just win the game.
Yep.
All right, so this Doomsayer is going to trigger and create something. That's a mini bot. That's nothing really exciting. But even Millhouse Mana Storm wouldn't matter here.
No.
So
I guess you Misha, so you don't die the Druid of the Claw Charge.
Yeah. You probably don't kill the mini bots. So using kill command on this seems so bad.
It's really bad. I like this the most. He gets the most possible stats on the board.
Lucky for him that Misha has 6 attack and 7. I'm sure that he doesn't expect the second BGH. Rough, interesting. Can you actually draw
That's
from it?
actually lethal, because he can Savage or Hero Power. He can rot that for 3, and the
you're right.
Micro Machine is gonna hit for 4.
True, that's a good catch. Savage Roar, Wrath, and the RDU is going to take this game with enormous advantage. 31 points of health with this armor. And Minibot is going to kill. So it actually mattered which card it is.
Like Hunter hasn't been looking so strong against Druid now. But it's like the Druid hands have not. The Hunter hands have not really been like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because if the Hunter manages to get that draw where you have like Mad Scientist on 2, Animal Companion on 4, Animal Companion on 3, Piloted Shredder on 4, and stuff like that, it can be kind of unstoppable for the Druid.
We've seen some ninja cards from Druids like Kazan, Mystic, and Mind Control Sack. Because, well, from my experience looking at those games, it seems like the worse the hand of Druid is, the better the chance for Druid is to win.
Yeah, we saw that one hand where it was like Scenarios, Big Game Hunter, Black Knight, and he still won the game.
Yeah, he still won the game. And here, well, Random's hand was pretty good with like Animal Companion and turn 5 Savannah Highmane and Piloted Shredder.
Yeah, it was not bad at all. But the Kazan Mystic and also the Harrison Jones on the bow, like all those small situational cards found the perfect situation to get played.
Exactly.
And it just snowballed from there.
All right, so RDU is not going to swipe random with a Druid with 3. Oh, Druid is actually eliminated for RDU, so now he has to pick his Mage or Rogue. He decides with Mage. Random, well, he can take Hunter again, but he gets the Rogue. And Random told me that he plays a lot of Rogue. He likes the deck, and it was one of the decks that actually carried him to qualify for this tournament. So he definitely knows how to play it. But then Cogmaster into Snowchugger.
Wow, that's pretty good.
So how much Rogue do you play?
I play a lot of Rogue.
You play a lot of Rogue. So take me through the mulligan here. How do you mulligan against the Mech Mage?
It's actually interesting because a lot of people disagree on the mulligans, but I would have kept the preparation and replaced the rest. No, I already forgot what exactly he had, but looking at the hand, prep looked like the only keep.
Preparation and...
Because with prep keep you can always pick up a fan of knives and then it's like free. At cost of 1 card you get to deal 1 damage to everything, which kills the clockwork gnomes and it breaks the bubbles from the Anoyatrons.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's pretty solid. Also here, having that access to that preparation fan of knives, it will let him do either combo the agent or get some free 1/1s with the teacher.
Well, it's actually going to beat that turn, it seems, because he has yeah, he has all the cards he needs for
It's
next
really
turn.
good.
So even though RDU has a fantastic opening of Snowchugger and the Cogmaster, Random has an answer here.
Yeah, that's huge.
Free Fan of Knives, giving him a card, killing the Cogmaster, getting Snowchugger ready for the SI7 agent, and the board is actually swapped. No mech. Mech's denied, and there is an mech actually right now. But still,
Yeah, but it's not that good in this situation.
it's not contesting the board at all. Do
You're
you
gonna need like a spider tank.
Yeah, and its mech is going to die anyway, so right now this is a weird spot. Do you possibly think about coining the mage into this? Because it's like so bad. Like, what do you do? Do you maybe just...
It's pretty bad.
Alright, I think like the play here is mech warper, coin ping.
It could be.
Because if you play the 5-4, you are dealing 5 damage to face, but it's not really...
You don't really want to fireball that either, because then it's just gonna get worse with the violet teacher or similar.
Exactly. And so playing 5-4 is just you lose it and you don't do
I
much.
think I like that the most, but I could also see a case made for the Goblin Blast Mage. I think this is completely fine.
Well, this ensures that the mech is actually on board, and maybe you will top deck something for the next turn, like a spider tank.
Yep, that's true. There's a lot of mechs that he can get, and then get the discount from the mech warper.
Alright, so for random it's pretty easy turn, you just have to deal with the big guy, and you develop Violet Teacher, so you're pretty happy about... Wow, he actually top decks Spider Tank.
Yeah, but you still have to fireball that, because the only way to really deal with the 1/1s from the Violet Teacher is the Blast Mage, and he already played one.
Yeah,
It
no,
was
no other AoE for the mage.
Yeah, that was a quick fireball there.
Alright, so random is going to develop Farseer and not attack here with Deadly Poison, you probably keep that. Where for RDU, okay. So he keeps getting those mechs, like this turn he could also play Mech Warper with Tank and the Chugger. But then again, you probably are a bit afraid of, about Deadly Poison and Flurry. Who do you think, like normally, has an advantage here? Because
In the matchup.
in this matchup, in this specific matchup, because I've heard many opinions. It's
Rogue.
like from your
Rogue
perspective,
by far,
it's
yes.
Rogue. Okay.
Well, that's the way I feel like. I think there, because with the double blade flurry list that a lot of people are running, I think there's this Mech Mage is not that great at recovering from that unless they just get that Dr. Boom and stuff.
Yeah, I certainly agree with that, and also the threat of Flurry is stopping you from overextending.
That's true. That might be exactly what we see here. Let's see if he plays around it. I wouldn't be too surprised if he went all in, because he has the Dr. Boom, so he's not out of gas here, even if his board gets clear, but it would be a smart thing to not play everything.
Yeah, also Spider Tank is resistant to Flurry after Deadly Poison as well, unless our random actually attacks into it. So RDU decides to play safe, even though he has the follow-up with Dr. Boom, which I certainly agree with.
Well done.
The argument why Mech Mage is okay versus Rogue is that A, there are no taunts in Rogue, B, you do have freeze minions and free spells, so you do deny the weapon. So some people are actually saying that it is a good matchup for the Mage. But personally, I think it really depends who plays and what are the versions.
Yeah, and Rogue can also whiff, like if he doesn't get the card source that he needs.
Yeah.
that's kind of the same way that the Rogue run out of gas. Because you need to get the Drakes or you need to get the sprint in time. Because it has happened to me a bunch of times with the Rogue that I don't draw. I just can't find the card draw mechanics at all, and then it's like, okay, even if I kill every minion, then there's like at some point there's just going to be something huge, and I can't play anything.
Well, right now we are seeing exactly why Rogue is so good versus Mage. Random getting the cards, sprint after preparation. He had double preparation, which is important as well. Clearing the board, stopping the Mage. He's still at 20, which is not bad. Dr. GG for RDU.
Yep.
But with so many cards, you can't deal with that. Can you?
I guess teacher backstab ace rate and hit it with the knife, but I mean,
He would love to have spell damage.
doesn't feel good. Yeah, absolutely. That would make it a lot easier.
So many options.
Alright, so I guess you do develop the Violet teacher.
Yeah.
Attention, class.
It's not great. I mean, he spends 2 cards on the Dr. Boom. He still needs to take 7 damage from it, and there's still gonna be the boom bots left.
What's up with those players attacking Dr. Boom with their face? It's the second time it happens. Right?
He's just gonna take the 7.
The courage.
Oh, the value from that Dr. Boom was
Oh,
just
man.
so ridiculous.
And a Fireball top deck. I wanted to say that the Boombots, Random is low and RDU is winning this, but still he didn't have the finishers. He had the Boombots, but sometimes Mage is just running out of burst. It's like you do play those minions,
That's
but
true.
they're blanks. And with Fireball, the Fireball is so important right now.
What to do? What to do?
Unless RDU actually used it to kill the Violet teacher.
Oh, so if he rolls... No, it's still not lethal even if he rolls so far.
So what is he going to do? Is he going to Fireball the teacher or just go for face? I think just, personally, I would just develop the minions, the board. After seeing one Flurry, seeing one Fan of Knives, I would just develop creatures and go for face. And then keep the Fireball for the possible finish.
I guess.
You can also Fireball the teacher and go, like, develop one of the minions. Like, maybe Mad Scientist. And attack for 1.
I kind of like just playing everything and just going face with the boom, but...
Yeah, with Fireball.
Yeah, he can put him down to 10 already, so any like Frostbolt top deck or something would be lethal with the Fireball and ping.
And you still have the Boombot that can explode to face.
Yep, there we go.
And you do have the board, so RDU goes for the extension play. So for Random, what does he need to... there is no possibility for lethal here, even with double oil. That's 9 points of damage plus 312.
That's tough.
So do you... well, that's awkward. You want to trade with the board, maybe you just need to draw a card. Sprint is too much mana, so with 2 mana you don't do anything. Do you...
I don't really see a way out of this point.
If you Lothab, you at least stop the Fireball from being played, so maybe you give yourself another turn and develop a minion.
I don't think it actually stops it. It's gonna be still castable, just not with the ping.
9 mana, yeah, true.
I think he's dead.
4, 6...
Like Fan of Knives.
Well, now he's dead for sure.
Fan of Knives should have worked, I guess.
Yeah.
Like that was... Or Blade Flurry. Like one of those two, but he didn't find it.
Too soon.
So now the Fireball is gonna get the job done.
Yeah, well, at this point, being Random, you do have to assume that there is no Fireball, because if there is a Fireball, you're dead anyway.
Yep.
So you do have to make a play where... even though he tried to play around his bomb by playing minions, it still went to face, and it still dealt 4 points of damage.
Feels bad, but it actually didn't matter, because RDU had the Fireball already, so...
Yeah.
In his mind, he got really unlucky there with the Boombot before.
Yeah, that was so unlucky.
Matter.
So unlucky. But still, Random played well. RDU taking the 2-0 lead versus Random. His Mage eliminated as well. Random still has 3 decks, but he needs to win with all 3 of those decks. And the last deck for RDU is Mage, Hunter, and is it
Druid?
We've seen Druid. Druid 1.
Oh, right, yeah.
I think Hunter...
Rogue, yes.
It's Rogue.
It was Rogue.
Yeah, it's
That's
Rogue.
right.
So RDU is left with Rogue, and now RDU needs to win only 1 game with this rogue versus one of those decks from random, Druid, Rogue, or Hunter, and random needs to win all 3 games versus this rogue. He needs to win Hunter versus Rogue, which is
really tough.
Yeah.
Especially, I think out of all the matchups here, the Rogue Hunter is the most
Watch
one-sided for the Rogue because the Hunter is the mid-range Hunter. So, Savannah Hymen is one of the main threats in the Hunter deck, and when you sap that, you usually can't lose unless you run out of card draw again. But that's one of the few situations. Most of the games when a Hymen gets sapped, they just end right there.
It's like for 2 mana, gain an extra turn on turn 6.
Yes, kind of. So if you have like minions on the board already, it's just there's nothing that the Hunter can do.
Alright, so Random decides to take his Druid deck versus RDU's Rogue. And RDU, like historically, RDU is known for bringing some specific cards to his Rogue decks. Like he doesn't like to play the cookie cutter build. He brings weird cards and to maybe surprise his opponents. Right now we see he's running Deckhand. Well, this is a staple card, but maybe I actually wait for a Perdition's Blade, if there's one.
Wow,
That's
Perdition's Blade.
That's his signature card. He played it IEM Shenzhen, and RDU was, I believe, in top 4 of IEM Shenzhen last year. And here again, IEM, RDU playing. Maybe he'll bring Perdition's Blade again.
I doubt it, but it would be great to see, that's for sure.
So what can you tell me about those hands?
Well, the Druid missed a wild card, so that's pretty bad. But I guess the Rogue hand is fine. He doesn't have like a Drake right now or any card draw, so after the minions are played, if they're a die, it can be a bit tricky. Like the only minion after the Shredder right now is the Assai Agent. But I would like I like the Rogue hand here a lot more.
Then Druid?
Yes, because the Druid doesn't... I mean, there is a low tap which is pretty good, but he has so many minions in his hand and no mana cards like Innervate.
How I usually play this matchup from the Druid's perspective is try to be as aggressive as possible and make Rogue trade with your stuff. Because you do eventually win with the combo if you are playing the combo Druid, and Random is in fact playing the combo version. Taunt is terrible. Like if you're playing a Taunt Druid, you're dead because you play only passive minions, and then Rogue just sweeps the board with a big flurry, and that's
yeah,
it.
I agree. It doesn't really work like that. He's gonna get really punished here for not trading with the Shade, by the way.
Alright, so we're going to see the flurry from RDU clearing the
Deals
board.
with the Shade.
And RDU is one who maintains tempo here. He still has a minion, even though it's silenced, it's dealing 4 damage every turn.
Well, there's the Innervate that he needed. I don't know if he's gonna use it right now, but it's definitely a card that's gonna be useful.
How did you like the play of silencing the Shredder and passing?
I didn't like it very much because of the potential flurry, and
He could play like Druid of
I
the
don't
Claw
know.
as a taunt, and he could play Bloodflap even.
I think the silence was fine, but he should have traded.
Right.
I could have played like a coin. No, I don't like to load up that much because the Shredder then is gonna kind of trade up with the weapon. But yeah, that flurry value was just too much. And against Rogue, you really wanna keep the board clear because Rogue runs a lot of spells. So if you kill the minions that they have, it's possible that they run out of minions. They don't have good empty board plays. This looks like a Sap Assai Agent to face.
Oh, can you take me through the sap here?
It's a 5 mana card and you already have a minion on the board.
Alright.
So like when you have a minion on the board and you get to sap something worth 5 mana, usually you should go for it.
Alright, and it's one of the minions for Druid that doesn't actually do anything when it comes to play.
It also allowed him to develop his own board even further here.
Alright, so here RDU actually having a huge advantage. Big board, burst in hand with a Deckhand and Tinker's Soil.
What he has to do here is to load up Innervate, coin the swipe. He has to turn this around and prevent the sprint from next turn. The Rogue is kind of running low on cards, and you can imagine that he would be low on minions too.
Yeah, but on the other hand, this is, even though Druid has a lot of cards, this is a situation
No,
where
I really don't like this taunt at all over the
the Lothap.
No.
What would you expect from Rogue being random here? Would you expect
I would
RDU?
expect sprint because he had 7 mana.
Yeah, exactly.
So like preventing that would have been pretty good. He might not even go for that now. He can go for Avis right then. But even if he doesn't have the sprint, it seems likely that the Rogue is gonna be wanting to cast spells.
What about can?
This is like almost lethal right here.
Yeah, because you can play deckhand, oil, and eviscerate. And if oil hits something other than deckhand, you eviscerate and attack into 4/6, and then you have 6, 10, 14 points of damage. So it's like 4 short. But well, if it's not lethal, you do develop the board.
Attention, class.
Still,
Eviscerate. Yeah.
Druid in a very bad spot with many cards, but being behind, and Druid is bad at being behind. So no possibility to kill the Rogue. Rogue has all the tools to win this game right now.
Yep. And it's like a second swipe.
That's not a second swipe.
Nope.
Is there any way not to lose right now? If you heal
I don't
yourself,
think so.
Belcher.
I'm still like so sad that the low tap didn't come down last time.
You know what's crazy? The crazy fact is that this piloted Shredder is still alive.
Yeah.
It's
So much damage. He could have traded for it on turn 4. It's dealt like 20 now. Well, not 20, but 16 or something like that. I don't even know. He does find the board clear here, so that's good.
Well, but he's still going to take 2 points of damage, so dropping down to 8. RDU not having much burst. But oh wow. Preparation sprint on turn 8.
So played. No, wait, no. Because if he plays the oil, he can't really play anything else.
He has the heal bot, that's not standard. Barber, not bad. Alright, so here random stands at the face of elimination by RDU, the DreamHack champion.
I would probably oil here. Just force the Druid to heal. I don't know. 'Cause the deckhand is also already used.
Well, RDU chooses to develop a minion and a bigger weapon, and even if the Druid heals,
Yeah, that works out really well in the end, because the Druid doesn't have any removal for that.
or do you maybe play Belcher because you've seen one swipe, you've seen a lot of removal, but so you play Belcher and what then?
I think you have to play the Belcher. I mean,
What if you
Yeah.
just heal for 5 with Ancient of War? Then you're-
no, you have to put your faith in the taunt.
Yes, because of oil. Like you do want to deny the minion attack,
Yeah, for sure.
but then imagine.
Also, he takes instant 3 from the, I mean, he takes instant 5 from the what's already on the board. So even if he doesn't die the next turn, he's gonna fall down to like really low. Okay.
Well, he dies.
That's
He dies
game.
now for sure. But to be honest, for random, you know, you can get defensive. If you're 2 games down, you know if you lose this game, you're out. You might think that you need protection, you need the taunt to heal because your opponent is going to heal you, and that exactly happened. RDU is going to win versus random 3-0, a clean sweep with 3 different decks in Conquest format. Amazing games, and RDU is going to advance. RDU is going to Katowice.
Nice.
So RDU,
Congrats.
whoa, yeah, that's a pretty good score. And you know, Random is a player that plays a lot of tournaments. He's grinding a lot. So at this time, he made it to the top 16. Maybe next time he'll actually advance and move forward. For this time, we have to say goodbye to Random and say hi, RDU.
And maybe hi to mom too.
Possibly, I am sure he's happy and his mom is happy as well. So. Wow, RDU is going to join our 2 players, and we have 6 more matches for today. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, well, finally saw a fairly quick series there after the 2 long ones. I played a lot with Random. I've faced him on ladder many times, and I think that there might have been some kind of nerves kicking in for the stakes being high, and I feel like there was some mistakes made. And I know he's a great player, and he plays really well. So it might have been the pressure there. And
He's
that's why we saw such a one-side series.
He's definitely not a random guy.
No.
All right, guys. So definitely we are going to get back soon. But before we go, remember that this tournament, we still have 6 6 more matches, is it? We had 3.
Five
we have
more.
5 more. We have 5 more matches. Tell your friends, tell your family, post on Twitter, post on Reddit, talk about it, bring people. We have some amazing players playing those matches, elimination matches, life and death. And before we start the next round, we're going to go for a short break. So see you guys later.